Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sam, and I'd like to welcome you to my EyeClarity podcast. If you want to get in touch with me with questions, you can email me at hello@drsamberne.com, and you can always text me your questions at 1-844-932-1291. I would like to let you know about my new membership program. This is going to offer members new information on how to improve their vision and wellness. So you will get access to articles, video blogs, podcasts, and webinars. Also a live Q&A with me. And all of this information will empower you to make informed decisions about your vision and your health. So to sign up, go to my website, drsamberne.com, and you can see the details there. All right, now on to the show. Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sam, and I'd like to welcome you to my podcast today. So this is a coaching session I gave helping a brand develop their products through my marketing techniques. And so you'll get a snippet of some Q&A and also my advice on how to navigate podcasts and videos, especially when you're just starting out. So I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for tuning in. Give me a little background on your project and what you're trying to achieve.
Basically, what I'm trying to do is we're trying to create, kind of like you had said, you had mentioned about creating small clips of information for content to keep people's interest. I'm not wanting to record or interview with other people or creating long clips, but basically to create interest by giving snippets of information for people who are fans of lavender and giving them kind of little bits and pieces of nuggets about what's happening on the farm, just to keep them interested in the goings-on, and either give it to them embedded. This is my question, is either embedded in the email blast. We're sending out emails using MailChimp, and I've gotten some pretty good response on our email list. So I'm wanting to continue to use that, not just in the emails, but possibly also including updates to the social media sites for the podcast. I'm just trying to figure out if that's possible and how do you do that.
So in this project that Jason, you're doing, are these podcasts that you're wanting to, splice up and put in the newsletter, or what's the video content?
Well, it's basically, I remember what you had said before was that you could use your iPhone to create basically a podcast where then you would use some sort of editor to break it up into segments and issue out different pieces of that to create interest from the people that are following you, just so they can they basically come on and listen to a 30-second to a minute update and new products that are coming out, happenings at the farm, different types of things, and we release those every so often. I just wasn't sure if that's something that you would put in on your web. Would you put that in your social media like Facebook and Instagram, maybe possibly with the Reel? Or could you just do that and enter it also and say, like, if we do, we're trying to do is every 2 weeks send out an email to our email list, our customers, and give them information about what's happening on the farm. I thought maybe if we can embed an audio clip when they get it, they will be able to hear what's happening and going on with the farm and that piece of information, just to keep it kind of like an organic, unique content as they receive emails to pique their interest.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a podcast that you're broadcasting as a channel on Apple or anywhere else where people can log into it or they can listen to different podcasts like that. It was more about cutting up these snippets and putting up information for the different types of media that you're trying to submit to people.
Okay, so there's a software program called Headliner. And what Headliner can do for you is it can create an audio file that you could then there'll be a visual with it as well, which could be like a picture or a slide or something, and it's pretty user friendly. You could then take that finished product and you could either, if you have a YouTube channel, you could upload it to your YouTube channel, and then when you do MailChimp, there would be a place where there's if you have a visual of a slide or something, and it will say on the MailChimp, do you want to add a link? So you could add a link that would be attached to that picture, and then you could have a little headline to say, listen to this audio of an update that we're doing at the farm. That would be one way to do it. Another thing that you could do with that is you could take that Headliner snippet and you could post it on any of your social media platforms. And so again, what's working really well right now is Facebook Reels, if you have a Facebook account, or Instagram Reels. Again, if it's under 30 seconds, you would want to put it in Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and if you have a YouTube channel, YouTube Reels. And what's the advantageous about YouTube Reels is that it has the second highest search engine after Google. So if you come up with a clever name of the snippet, people could search for it. And even if you don't get a lot of views on it, you would start to eventually get some traction. And the key is consistency. Another idea I have is with your iPhone, just take a video of the farm or something and then do a voiceover. And that would be, another possibility if you're adept at doing that. And then you can, again, just post that directly. You don't need Headliner. You could post that directly on your social media sites. And as long as you have it uploaded on either your YouTube channel or your website, whatever's easier, YouTube's pretty easy, then you could take the link and then you could use it for your MailChimp. You can put it on there.
I've seen where it shows that you can add the link to the picture of what you're sending out in the campaigns.
Yeah.
Well, I have seen that.
So that would be a way to do it. And with your posts, the more consistent you are on the social media platforms. I mean, we are posting about 8 different content pieces a day on the variety of different social media sites. And so, I have a very active team now that's working with me. And actually, podcasting is so easy. That's another way of, getting people to listen, to follow you. I know that's maybe not what you're wanting to do right now, and that's totally cool. But, consider that, because I got to tell you, when I do an aromatherapy post, I'm an aromatherapist, and I'm wanting to carry some essential oils on my e-commerce. In fact, I'd like to talk to you about that at some time. But anyway, I just did a post on TikTok about some essential oils I use for the eyes, and I think we got 200,000 views on TikTok. Oh my God. It was a viral video. And so you never know with TikTok, because there's still spaciousness on, people discovering you. You should be on that site. You should be on that platform for sure.
What what's your name, social media name on TikTok?
It's I think it's Dr. Sam Berne, Berne, Holistic Eye Care. So you can start looking at the TikTok things that I'm posting.
Okay.
So anyway, and people like research and essential oils. Like I did one on clary sage and hormone balance, and that was another really popular one. So aromatherapy is it's one of my loves for sure. I mean, it's so anyway. I think you could do even more on it as well. So, but I think you're on the right track with the ideas of taking those audio files and just doing a 20 to 30 second snippet. That we do it all the time. Every time I post a podcast, I have about 4 of those I'm putting up, and people like that.
On the same, you're posting 4 of those on the same social media platform. You mean like on Facebook, you put up 4, or you?
Yes. No. We do 4 on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. So we take the same ones and we just post them on all of them, and then we take the entire podcast and we post that on my Apple iTunes and Spotify and my website. So we'll use it as a teaser. If you want to hear more of the podcast, somebody sees it on Instagram, then go to my podcast page. And I've just introduced. We're starting a membership program in mid-July, and so I have that at the beginning of the podcast. Hey, I'm starting a membership, more videos and podcasts that you won't see on social media. And then they go to the podcast, and we get about 10,000 uploads a month on our podcast. So it's just another funnel, for you to, and another technique we're doing is I'm doing a free class next Saturday, and in order to be able to come to the class, you have to give us your email address. So then we can add that to our newsletter capability. So, there's lots of ways to continue to build. And yeah, so does that help you? Does that give you any idea?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It gives us some good ideas about what to do. I believe we had a YouTube channel long ago. We've had some videos that we did. Probably been about close to 10 years ago, if I remember correctly. I'm going to go back and investigate that, see if I can recover that information. If not, I'm going to create a new one, just because it allows me to upload a location for videos and gives me links to use within social media and our website, our email platforms to access these videos for people, so I can share that content. My other question I had is that I've watched a few different people talk on social media about podcasting, just so I can kind of get some basic information. And one of the things that a lot of these same people talked about was an important part of this is the quality of the audio for the content that you're creating for the people that you're marketing it to. They're saying it's really one of the best industries for being a dynamic microphone is the Samson U2A microphone. Is that really an important thing to do, is to get the microphone and use like a software instead of a hardware audio editing so that you can create these snippets? Absolutely not. That's crazy. That's selling. So all you need right now to get started is use your iPhone, and there are several apps that you could use to actually upload right to it. If you want an audio guy, I could give you the name of somebody who's not expensive, who could play with your sound levels on GarageBand. And but you don't. I would not necessarily invest in a lot of audio equipment right now. What you can do is record a intro
and maybe get a jingle, get a sound. You see, what's going to happen is that we're going to be going to voice, and so the more people can associate either your voice or a sound to your brand, that's going to be the next thing, like Siri, say, oh, can I have the name of an aromatherapy company in New Mexico or something like that? So if you have a jingle, if you have like something and you're making an announcement of, hey, this is my podcast, an intro, this guy could help you with that, so that would be on every podcast that you have. Hey, send us your questions. And I have a text where people can text me their questions as well as emailing. And so if you want to, or you could just start and just do the audio on your phone, get some up going, see how it goes. Then you can invest in a little bit of a microphone situation, but you don't really need it. Some of my best, most viral videos are when the audio and the video is most raw, like it's unprofessional, like it's not super, because it's more authentic, and I'm not saying that, microphones don't make a difference. They do. But I tell you what, I do a lot of my podcasts when I'm hiking, and I'll hike in the woods and there's a stream going on. And, I have a wireless microphone system now that I use. But even then, sometimes the audio isn't the best, but people love it. It's definitely got to be audible. But
it sounds real.
But it's real. So yeah, I don't think, you need to go to the highest level right now. If you're in studio, if you had like a studio and you were doing an interview type program, again, I don't know what kind of format you are going to have. You could talk about getting some good microphones, definitely. But to start with, it's not going to matter. People are going to want the information. And if you're clear and you create value for them, then that's the most important thing. They're going to keep coming back, and that's the most important thing.
Sam, I have a question.
Yes.
So when you're talking about doing the 30-second reels for Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, and you do them from your phone, do you have to do the video separate and do a voiceover, or can? A lot of times I walk around the farm and show them things that are growing on the farm, what's going on, while I'm holding my phone and talking. Is that okay, or do they have to be done separately?
No, you could do. Most of my video work is done where I have a gimbal. So I have this thing that, so when I walk, people don't get dizzy or they use it in the movies.
I have a gimbal.
Yeah. So you attach the phone to the gimbal and turn the volume up, and you can either video it on iMovie or iPhoto, either one. iMovie gives you a little more option to edit it a little easier. And then once you have it, you can then upload it to any of your social media sites right off the phone, as long as you have the app.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's pretty instant.
And the iMovie or iPhone goes on your phone?
Those are software, programs that are on your phone. The iPhoto is part of the phone, and so is iMovie. So you just download the app, so it's on your phone.
Okay.
They're on your phones. And I do so many videos where I'm walking, or people love that. And you don't.
They do.
Yeah. So that would be a way for you. I did that on my own for like 5 years, and then finally I was able to get somebody to do subtitles. Now we're doing subtitles in Spanish. We're doing B-roll on my videos, but you don't have to do that. At the beginning, that's what I did. I would just work for myself, and now I'm doing well, so I have a whole staff of people. But at the beginning, just do it, put it out, and put out as much as you can, because
30 seconds. So you just put out a bunch of them because you only have 30 seconds. I know that Instagram won't put it up; they'll cut it off.
Well, you can do longer form on YouTube. So that would be a place you could do long form. And on regular Facebook, you could do long form. It's the reels that are shorter, but I do sometimes, on my YouTube podcasts that run an hour or an hour and a half, I just put those on YouTube. So you have the long form and then you have the short form. So you do both. And you have to kind of look at each platform and say, what's the way that I have to present this that will match the people following? Because it's very different, say, on Instagram versus TikTok. I mean, there's nuances. Or LinkedIn. So what you can do is just spend maybe an hour and just look through some of the people either that are doing the same thing you're doing or just generally, so you get a feel for what's working on that certain platform. And then, because each platform has its own personality. And when I do on TikTok, I don't necessarily do it on the other sites because that's its own gig going on there. And so it's got to be edited really quickly, and it's a fast-paced, because, usually people, the attention span and what they're looking for on TikTok is different.
Sure. It is different. I don't know TikTok, but okay.
Yeah, so, download the app, open an account, and start. Look at my stuff. I do a ton on aromatherapy because I love it, and you'll see it's like, wow, I'm getting some views on this. So, and I just tie it into my my eye work and the wellness stuff, and my love of nature and stuff like that. So, it's a variety, so people get to know me a little bit. I'm not just.
Well, I don't think you have that issue. But
no, it's fine. Yeah, they know. Well, only a small percentage. But anyway, any other questions? Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from the EyeClarity podcast show today. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to subscribe on iTunes or Spotify and leave a review. See you here next time.